Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
Thomas let out a heavy, regrettable sigh. He looked at Zane Martell and the other three with appreciation as he spoke.
You are the four from the four great cultivation academies who will be selected to join the Titan Academy as reserve disciples.
Tessa, Taryn, and Grant Young could not hide their excitement.
Yes.
It was the Titan Academy, after all. The lowest level of cultivation was at the intermediate level, a stage that personal disciples didn't even bother with. As long as one joined the Titan Academy, his cultivation would definitely soar. However, Zane Martell was slightly unhappy. He appeared to have a lot on his mind.
Zane Martell, what's wrong? Is there a problem?
I don't quite understand.
What don't you understand?
Thomas raised his eyebrows.
Everything about the Titan Academy and their relationship with the Five Spirits sect.
When Zane Martell said this, the three excited people also paused, and their gazes fell on Thomas. As Zane Martell had said, they knew little to nothing about the Titan Academy. Even Zhao Qian's earlier appearance had completely taken them by surprise. It was something they never imagined to see. Had the Titan Academy always operated like this? Was it really not under the control of the head of the sect? Thomas sighed and began to explain to the four people.
I understand how you feel. I believe it's time to tell you more about what the Titan Academy is. The Titan Academy is superior to the four major cultivation academies. In the Cultivation Academy, intermediate level is the lowest level of cultivation, and above it was the martial spirit level. Within the four major cultivation academies, only those with great talent and strength could be selected and become the reserve disciples of the Titan Academy. But the Titan Academy was not the same as the other academies because only a small number of people could get promoted from the four academies. Most of them were accepted because of their extraordinary talent and strength and had broken through to the intermediate level in a short period of time. And if the disciples of the Titan Academy couldn't break through the level even after a long time, or they knew that they couldn't go on this road, they will be appointed as an elder or a dean of the four major cultivation academies.
Zane Martell was relieved hearing this, finally understanding the mysterious academy. It was no wonder Zhao Qian was so arrogant that he didn't even care about Maxwell Reed and others. Even though he was unimpressed by his attitude, he had to admit that there was a reason for Zhao Qian's arrogance. That was exactly what happened. The moment those from the Devil Flame sect heard the name of the Titan Academy, their expression changed. After leaving the central pavilion, Grant Young went back first while Zane Martell, Tessa, and Taryn walked alongside one another. After working together to deal with Seamus, the three had become much friendlier with each other. Tessa walked ahead, her waterfall-like hair fluttered in the wind, and a delicate fragrance filled the air. Taryn, who was shrewd, walked beside Zane Martell. Her skin was fair and her eyes were widened as she asked,
Zane Martell, what are you going to do next? Among the three of us, you have the highest level and are most likely to be the first to break through.
Are you planning to isolate yourself to break through to the intermediate level?
They turned around and stopped in their tracks to look at him.
Most probably. For a while.
He just had too much on his plate at this moment. The Black Abyss sword, as well as the true Divine Beast blood essence, were all waiting for him. Especially the 5 drops of Divine Beast blood essence. His dragon-devouring spiritual body was always in hunger. He couldn't wait to swallow it whole.
Then I'll also self-isolate for a period of time to break through to the foundation level.
Me too.
The three then separated at the exit and returned to their own residences. What awaited them in their journey to the Titan Academy? Would they all succeed in their breakthroughs? Only time would tell, as the path ahead remained shrouded in mystery and challenge. As they parted ways, each was filled with determination and anticipation. But little did they know, an unforeseen trial was lurking just around the corner. At the border of the Yarrow Kingdom, there was a place called the Blood Crow Mountain, near the Devil Flame sect territory. This was also the location of the Ouyang family that Zane Martell had been looking for. Suddenly, a few flickering lights appeared in the air. After flickering, they showed their true colors. It was those from the Devil Flame sect who had escaped from the Five Spirits sect. Although their group had lost a few people in the Five Spirits sect, it was comparatively a great victory. Everyone had an excited smile on their faces.
Ha, that's great. As expected, my years in that damn place, Five Spirits sect, did not go to waste.
Lane looked up to the sky and laughed.
Seamus, leave the Sword King to me.
Yes!
Seamus was seriously injured. His face was pale. One of his arms was missing, and his other arm was shining with spirit light. The next moment, the Black Abyss sword appeared in his hand. Seamus handed the sword to Lane, but his expression suddenly froze when he held the sword.
What's going on?
He glared angrily at the Black Abyss blade, his vital energy surging all over his body as he suddenly squeezed hard and crushed the Black Abyss sword. It turned into a non-essential sword vigor and dissipated in the air. Seeing this, everyone's faces fell. They looked at Seamus before the scolding began.
Seamus, what's going on? Are you so bold as to hide the real Sword King and fool us with a fake one?
I'll give you another chance. Hand the real Sword King over, and I'll spare your life.
Seamus's heart trembled and his mind went blank. He knew nothing about the Black Abyss sword, so how could he hide it? But he was the last person to have held the sword. Whatever explanation he had was rendered useless.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
How dare you try to manipulate your way out of this?
That's enough. It can't be Seamus. He doesn't have the balls. That.
Lane frowned, his teeth gritted to a tight line. If this was not the real Black Abyss sword, then where was the real one? Who had stolen it? The Devil Flame sect did not even hesitate to expose their identities, which had been hidden for years. Hadn't that been a total waste of effort and a few companions? As soon as they thought of this, they flew into a fit of rage. They wanted to find out who was behind this. He must be killed. However, no one could have imagined that the mastermind behind all this was actually Zane Martel. At this moment, Zane Martel had already returned to his residence and jumped into the dragon-devouring prison. If he could see the reactions of Lane and Seamus, he would be overjoyed. In the face of Bo Thompson and the Elder Jasper, he did not mention the true existence of the dragon-devouring prison. Instead, he used a kind of space treasure as an excuse to evade. In the dragon-devouring prison, a huge sword as dark as ink was inserted into a hard rock before Zane Martel. Bo Thompson and the Elemental stood guard beside Zane.
Senior, it's safe here. No one will disturb us. Come out and meet us.
Bong! The Black Abyss. Sword shook a little and then a ghostly illusion came out of it. It was Bo Thompson. Although the Bo Thompson had yellow skin and was extremely old, her eyes were as sharp as an eagle's. She could feel the pain in his eyes when she looked at him.
What is this place? Have we left the Sealed Sword Valley?
This is one of the magical space items I carry with me. Don't worry. No one will be able to find you here.
As Bo Thompson looked around, trying to understand the strange new place, Zane Martel couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. The game was on, and he held all the pieces. But little did he know the Devil Flame sect was already on his trail, determined to uncover the truth and exact their revenge. What would happen next in this game of cat and mouse? Only time would tell. Mr. Black's shadow in the sword was expressionless, his piercing gaze fixed on Zane Martel.
Senior, I've rescued you. What are you going to do next?
Mr. Black's eyes seemed to bore into Zane Martel's soul.
Help me find my master, the true Sword King.
Zane Martel was taken aback.
Senior, to find someone? It's not easy, and I have other priorities.
Mr. Black's expression didn't change, but his offer did.
In return, I can teach you sword skills. With your talent, mastering superior sword skills and comprehending the ultimate realm shouldn't be difficult.
Zane Martel's eyes lit up.
Deal.
He had been waiting for this. Mr. Black was the spirit of the Sword King's Black Abyss sword. Even learning half the moves would be a huge advantage.
I can't keep calling you Senior. How should I address you?
The Black Abyss sword is me. I am the Black Abyss, so you can call me that.
Ah, I might as well call you Mr. Black then. This Black Abyss sword.
Zane Martel's gaze lingered on the wide, heavy Black Abyss sword.
As the Black Abyss sword, I only serve my master, the Sword King. No one else has the right to use me. Even as my benefactor, you don't have the right to use me either.
A terrifying sword vigor erupted from Mr. Black, like blades falling from the sky.
Okay, got it.
Zane Martel put away the Black Abyss sword, his heart pounding. He couldn't risk using it until he was stronger. Was he really daunted by the sex martial artist framing him as a traitor and seeking revenge? He summoned the spirit fusion technique and handed it to Elemental and Bo Thompson. This forbidden skill was perfect for them, allowing them to grow stronger together to fight more powerful enemies. With a flip of his hand, 5 drops of blood essence appeared on his palm. Spirit lights of red, blue, green, white, and yellow rose to the sky, forming a cloud of blood energy. Trails of roars echoed from within. Suddenly, the blood essence formed spiritual intelligence, transforming into the shapes of the Azure Dragon and the Fire Scorpion, fleeing in different directions.
Trying to escape? No way. Let me have a taste of you.
Zane Martel sneered and grabbed them with his vital, energy-bonded palm. They returned to the form of blood essence. His heart pounded with excitement. This was the blood essence of the 5 divine beasts, sealed by the Sword King many years ago. Blood essence coveted by everyone in the 4 major cultivation academies now lay obediently home.
This is it. The power I've been seeking.
Without warning, Zane Martel swallowed a mouthful of the blood essence and summoned the sea-engulfing curse. Zane's fate hung in the balance, the next moment uncertain as the power of the divine beast coursed through him, setting the stage for an epic transformation. Boom, 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 huff, huff, huff. Sounds of muffled thunder resounded from Zane Martel's body, turning his world upside down.
It's so hot. It hurts.
Zane Martel clenched his teeth, enduring the pain of veins bursting and limbs tearing apart. It felt like ants were infecting his body. Anyone else would die from the divine beast's blood essence. But Zane Martel was different. His dragon-devouring spiritual body could devour the blood essence and everything else, including talent. With the dragon-devouring spiritual body's blessing, the sea-engulfing curse ingested and refined the blood essence. Boom, 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 crack, crack, crack. The dragon-devouring prison, previously motionless, moved. The dragon's head bones formed, long and powerful, enveloping the sky and swallowing the stars and moon. The aura of destruction descended once again as the limbs of the devouring dragon formed. But the formation ended abruptly. The 5 blood essences only revived to this extent. Zane Martel was shocked.
How much blood essence does this dragon-devouring spiritual body require?
The refined 5 divine beast blood essence formed only the skeleton, not the flesh. Where could such appalling blood essence be found? Despite his size, Zane Martel was excited. The forming of the dragon-devouring skeleton indicated his immense improvement in talent. It was only a matter of time before his cultivation reached the 9th level of the intermediate level. Not far away, tremors echoed from the 3rd wisdom chamber.
Huh? Can I enter the 3rd wisdom chamber?
The wisdom room had already brought him many surprises. Be it the shadow of the dragon devourer or the divine art of Hou Yi and the divine bow, each was enough to provoke people and cause death. Zane Martel dashed towards the 3rd wisdom chamber and stopped at its doors, not holding any hope. The 3rd level of the dragon-devouring emperor technique was difficult compared to the first 2, and he hadn't shown signs of breaking through. Crack! The doors of the wisdom chamber opened with a gentle push.
How could that be? Does one not need the dragon-devouring emperor technique to enter the wisdom chamber?
Zane Martel was greeted by an ancient altar engraved with obscure patterns. In front of him was a 5-meter radial pool with blood-red water, emitting a faint smell of blood. Zane Martel crouched over a stone table to read its inscription.
Beast Blood Pool. Collect the blood essence of various races and place them in the Beast Blood Pool. It uses the altar's formation to enhance the user's absorption of the blood chi. The higher the level of the blood essence, the greater the benefit to the person soaking in it.
He was elated. The Beast Blood Pool in the Wisdom Chamber, using the altar's formation, would be more effective than the sea-engulfing curse. From afar, a deep groove above the altar seemed to hold something.
This shape, could it be a crystal?
Swoosh! Zane Martel hoisted himself onto the altar and placed the crystal into the groove. Pow! A string of white rays appeared along the Beast Blood Pool, and the blood within started to boil.
This is as expected. However, the blood essence in the Beast Blood Pool is still too little. I'd have to continue collecting blood essence.
Zane Martel's journey was far from over. The formation of the dragon-devouring skeleton was just the beginning. What other secrets and powers awaited him in the depths of the Wisdom Chamber? Two days later, Zane Martel and his companions finally returned, each carrying a few demonic beasts in their hands. Their strength ranged between the 3rd and 6th levels of the foundation level. Bo Thompson, with her pair of peach-pink eyes, had performed exceptionally well. Her unpredictable magic allowed her to easily bring back a great demonic beast. Elemental, though skilled, was a tad inferior compared to Bo Thompson. Zane Martel meticulously collected all the blood essence of the demonic beast they had brought back. He then gathered the valuable materials, leaving the rest to Bo Thompson and Elemental. Both Bo Thompson and Elemental were from the Demon Clan, making it common for them to grow stronger through devouring demonic beasts. Without hesitation, they bit down on the beasts and started eating them. 5 days later, Zane Martel accidentally encountered a giant Mount-Tai giant ape that emitted a violent, thunder-like aura. It was at the first level of the intermediate level, standing over 10 meters tall with iron-like skin that made it almost invulnerable. Even if Zane Martel activated his iron body, he would not be a match for the ape's immense strength. In the end, he relied on Bo Thompson's illusion skills to defeat the beast. Once it was dead, he extracted a fist-sized pink-colored demon core from its body. Zane Martel stared at the demon core in his hand, lost in thought.
The demonic beasts are like human practitioners. Once one's strength reaches the intermediate level, a demon core like this starts to condense in one's body. But can this demon core be placed into the Beast Blood Pool like the blood essence?
He frowned and recited an incantation. The demon core disappeared instantly, reappearing in the Beast Blood Pool of the dragon-devouring prison. Zane Martel's face lit up with joy.
Demon cores are the essence of demonic beasts, and all their cultivation is concentrated in them. They must be more powerful than blood essence. However, after hunting so many beasts in the last 5 days, the pool still doesn't seem to be filling up as expected. This Beast Blood Pool doesn't look big, but it can contain so much blood essence. When will I ever be done with this?
Half a month passed in the blink of an eye. One day, Zane Martel asked Bo Thompson and Elemental to hunt for more demonic beasts while he sat on a huge rock, deep in thought. His eyes were closed, his brows etched into a deep frown. Beads of sweat the size of soybeans rolled down his face as his expression twisted in agony. From time to time, a radiant, vital energy sphere would emerge from his body, gathering on his limbs and bones before quickly scattering away. He was practicing the second level of his rune body refining martial art, aiming to activate his iron body. Carving runes was far more difficult than carving iron. The symbols were more complicated, and each failure brought a multiplied intensity of pain. To cultivate a new body, he needed to condense 50 runes in every part of his body. In the SEC competition, Zane Martel had already condensed 30 runes. He had just gathered another 10, leaving only 10 more to complete. Suddenly, a force surged from within his body. The corner of Zane Martel's mouth twitched as he muttered to himself,
This iron body truly is an abnormality. It's been days since I successfully condensed a rune, yet the pain has only increased. If it weren't for the outer shell and my strength being 3 times that of the iron body, I wouldn't have wanted to refine it. It's already so hard to cultivate an iron body. Wouldn't the next level with 500 runes be even more difficult?
Zane Martell sighed, calming himself. He directed the 3 days' worth of vital energy in his body to various parts, each vital energy twisting into runes that engraved themselves into flesh and bones. As he focused, the pain grew more intense, but he pushed through, determined to achieve his goal. Bo Thompson and Elemental returned with more demonic beasts, their eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt.
We brought back more than enough this time, Zane Martell. Let's see how much this fills the pool.
We'll keep going until it's done. No beast can stand in our way.
Zane Martell nodded, appreciating their dedication. He knew the journey ahead was long, but with Bo Thompson and Elemental by his side, he felt a renewed sense of hope. As they continued their relentless hunt, the beast blood pool slowly began to fill, the energy within it growing more potent with each addition. Zane Martell could feel the power emanating from the pool, a tangible reminder of their hard work and perseverance. Yet despite their progress, a nagging doubt lingered in his mind. Would they ever reach the end? And what awaited them once they did? With these thoughts, the days turned into weeks, each one a testament to their unwavering determination and unyielding spirit. Zane Martell knew the challenges ahead were immense, but he was ready to face them head on, no matter the cost. And so their journey continued, each step bringing them closer to their goal. Each victory, a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming odds. Little did they know, the true test was yet to come, and the stakes were higher than ever before. As the days passed, Zane Martell's resolve only grew stronger, his mind focused on the path ahead. The beast blood pool shimmered with energy, a testament to their relentless efforts and unwavering determination. And as they stood on the precipice of a new dawn, one question remained. What challenges awaited them next? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: they were ready to face whatever came their way. The hunt was far from over, and the journey had only just begun. With each passing day, their strength grew, their resolve unshaken. And as they pressed forward, the future seemed brighter than ever, filled with endless possibilities and untold adventures. Together, they would conquer the unknown, their hearts united in purpose and their spirits unbreakable. After another half a month, Zane Martell finally managed to perfect his iron body. As he clenched his fist, the sound of bones cracking could be heard. The strength was compressed to the extreme, and the sound of explosions echoed in the air. A month later, almost all of the Blissful Forest demonic beasts of the intermediate level were killed by Zane Martell, Elemental, and Bo Thompson. The blood essence collected by hunting hundreds of demonic beasts could only fill 2/3 of the beast blood pool. Left with no other choice, Zane Martell decided to leave the Blissful Forest and head towards the Outraged Spirits Mountains. It was a risky decision for any martial artist to enter the Outraged Spirits Mountains in haste. No one could predict the kind of horrible demonic beasts in hiding. One careless move, and they could end up as a demonic beast meal. The air above the Outraged Spirits Mountains was filled with violent energy, despite its massive land size, which was larger than the Seven Kingdoms Alliance. Even Zane Martell, who did not have the absorption ability, could feel tingling sensations over his body. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Zane Martell tapped his toes, summoned the second move of the 3-star step, and leaped swiftly through the pastures, meter by meter. Finally, he landed on the branches of a large tree on the outskirts of the Outraged Spirits Mountains. He narrowed his eyes and asked,
Bo Thompson, can you sense any powerful demonic beasts nearby?
As a member of the Demon Clan, Bo Thompson was sensitive towards demonic beasts. Her skills were more useful than his spiritual eyes. Squeak! 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 Bo Thompson stuck her head out and climbed onto Zane Martell's shoulder. While she stared into the distance, her expression suddenly turned solemn.
There's a demonic beast with a particularly strong aura about 10 kilometers away from us. I'm guessing it's on the second level of the intermediate level. Furthermore, judging from its aura, it's especially violent. It seems to be breaking into the third level of the intermediate level.
Zane Martell's heart tightened as millions of thoughts flashed across his mind.
A second level breaking into the third level of the intermediate level? Based on my current strength, it wouldn't be difficult to kill first level beasts, as long as they weren't particularly powerful. But a second or third level beast, that's a different story.
Suddenly, the ground began to shake, and smoke billowed in the direction Bo Thompson pointed out earlier. A mass of black smoke rose into the sky, followed by a furious roar. Bang, bang, bang! The ground in the distance began to crack, forming deep ravines.
What's going on?
Under the gaze of his spiritual eyes, he could see in the distance that two huge beasts were attacking each other. Although the distance made it hard for him to be sure of what he was seeing, one of the figures, sized like a tiny mountain, looked like a wolf demon. The other was a colossal ape.
Both beasts have transformed into the third level of the intermediate level.
Zane Martell nodded and replied,
If I'm not mistaken, that third level colossal is in combat with the second level wolf demon. Perhaps I can take advantage of this situation.
He rushed over as he spoke. 10 kilometers away, a 30-meter-tall colossal ape was waving its fists in one of the outraged spirit's mountain's massive lands. A gust of strong wind hit the 20-meter-tall demon wolf hard. Bang! Crack! The sounds of their fierce battle echoed through the air. Zane Martell, hidden behind a large boulder, watched intently.
This is my chance. I need to wait for the right moment to strike.
As Zane Martell observed the ongoing battle, his mind raced with plans and strategies. The colossal ape and the wolf demon were locked in a deadly struggle, each trying to overpower the other. The tension in the air was palpable, every roar and clash sending shivers down Zane Martell's spine. He knew that if he timed it right, he could turn the tide in his favor. The battle raged on, the ground trembling under the immense power of the two beasts. Zane Martell's heart pounded in his chest as he waited for the perfect opportunity to make his move. Just as he was about to spring into action, a deafening roar shook the entire mountain. The colossal ape, with final surge of strength, delivered a crushing blow to the wolf demon, sending it sprawling to the ground. Seizing the moment, Zane Martell leaped from his hiding spot, his iron body gleaming in the dim light. With a swift and powerful strike, he aimed for the ape's exposed side. But just as his attack was about to land, the ape turned, its eyes blazing with fury. The two clashed in a titanic struggle, each blow resonating like thunder. Zane Martell could feel the sheer power of the ape, but he refused to back down. His mind was focused, his body moving with precision and purpose. As the battle reached its climax, Zane Martell knew that this moment would determine his fate. With a final, desperate effort, he unleashed a powerful burst of vital energy, striking the ape with all his might. The air crackled with energy as the ape staggered back, its massive form crashing to the ground. Zane Martell stood victorious, his body aching but his spirit unbroken. As he caught his breath, he glanced at the fallen wolf demon and the defeated ape. This victory was hard won, but it was just the beginning. The outraged spirit's mountain still held many dangers, and Zane Martell knew that he would need to be even stronger to face them. With renewed determination, he turned towards the heart of the mountains, ready to continue his journey. The path ahead was uncertain, but Zane Martell was prepared to face whatever challenges lay in his way. And so, with a fierce resolve, he ventured deeper into the unknown, the thrill of the hunt driving him forward. The story of Zane Martell, Bo Thompson, and Elemental was far from over, and the best was yet to come. A deafening sound filled the air as a heavy fist struck the demon wolf's back. The crackling of bones echoed, and with that punch, the wolf's spine shattered. The wolf howled in agony, its fangs bared wide as it lunged and bit into the giant ape's waist with a sickening crack. Blood splattered everywhere. The giant ape, now threatened, had a flash of anger in its blue-masked eyes. It pounded its chest, and a surge of vigorous, vital energy burst from its body, making it instantly stronger. The ape's massive hands enveloped the demon wolf, and sharp nails pierced its flesh. With a hard pull, the ape tore off chunks of the wolf's flesh, and the scent of blood turned into a mist, even from a distance. Zane Martel felt a pain in his chest watching the brutal battle.
This life and death duel between two intermediate-level demonic beasts is truly terrifying. Bo Thompson, are you as strong as them in your heyday?
Young Master, you've underestimated the three-tailed spirit fox tribe. Even as a first-level intermediate level at my peak, I could kill them with just a lift of a finger, but now I'm injured, so I can't do anything about it.
Zane Martel was taken aback. He couldn't tell if Bo Thompson was serious or exaggerating. The wolf demon's chest and abdomen bulged. It took a deep breath, and a spirit light condensed in its mouth and throat. With a huff and a bang, a blazing flame shot up and struck the giant ape's waist, pushing back the terrifying energy. The ape's burnt and mutilated waist emitted a burnt smell. The earth shook as the giant ape and the wolf demon continued their fight. The suffocating aura they emitted felt like a clash of ancient demons, and even the air seemed ready to shatter. As time passed, their injuries worsened. The ape's body was charred black, while the wolf's back was a bloody mess, exposing white bones. Suddenly, a fireball hit the giant ape's face, pushing it back several meters. This seemed to infuriate the ape. Despite its weakening breath, it unleashed a burst of strength and tore the wolf demon in half. The bodies of both beasts fell to the ground, blood flowing like a river.
As expected, the giant ape is slightly stronger. There's a huge gap between intermediate-level practitioners.
Zane Martel looked at the giant ape, and then at the wolf demon's corpse, sighing heavily. At that moment, the ape turned its head, its eyes shining brightly, locking on to Zane Martel, standing on a distant tree trunk. The giant ape's vicious hand swept towards Zane Martel with a wild wind that sounded like thunder.
The second move of the three-star step.
Zane Martel nimbly dodged, landing on a nearby tree.
You noticed me.
The giant ape, breathing heavily through its nostrils, spat out angrily, its sharp fangs creaking. With a wave of its hands, it stirred up layers of wind and waves in mere seconds. Despite its fierce movements, the ape's huge body was clumsy compared to Zane Martel's agility. Severely injured, the ape was no match for him. Holding the dragon blood sword, Zane Martel struck a brilliant sword energy aimed at the ape's abdomen. The clash of sword and flesh echoed through the forest, but Zane Martel's strike found its mark. As the ape's life force faded, it fell to the ground with a thunderous thud. Zane Martel, breathing heavily, looked down at the fallen beast, knowing that this victory came with its own price. The forest was eerily silent, but a sense of foreboding lingered. What new threats awaited Zane Martel in this unforgiving world? The battle may be over, but his journey had just begun. Puff, 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 puff. Yes, yes, yes. Blood and flesh splattered, screams of pain piercing the air. The two combatants exchanged blows for close to half an hour. Zane Martel's attacks grew bolder, slowing down the colossal ape. Their strength and skills clashed, both falling short of their peak power. Zane Martel roared, his eyes cold and determined.
Dust-breaking strike. Separation of vital energy.
His sword split Colossal Ape's body in half, revealing its bones with a sickening crunch. Bang! The Colossal Ape collapsed, its life force oozing away. With a sense of relief and excitement, Zane Martel descended to the ground. This was a third-level demonic beast of the intermediate level. Its massive body held a huge amount of blood essence. Zane Martel pounced onto the wolf demon with his dragon blood sword, removing the demon core and absorbing its blood essence. He then did the same with the colossal ape's core.
Every part of a third-level demonic beast is a treasure. Its claw might be worth at least 5,000 crystals. This adorable eyeball. Does 8,000 crystals sound too much? Hey, I'm going to make a fortune.
Zane Martel cleared most of the materials from the colossal ape. The damaged wolf demon's corpse would be given to Elemental and Bo Thompson. For them, the demonic beasts of the intermediate level were great tonics. 3 days later, Elemental evolved into a 5th level foundation level, and Bo Thompson into the 7th level. Both their strengths increased immensely. The beast blood pool was finally replenished with beast blood, signaling that they could attempt to break into the intermediate level. Inside the dragon-devouring prison at the beast blood pool, Zane Martel walked to the edge of the altar, grabbing a handful of crystals and placing them in the groove. The pool glowed instantly. Bubbles rose from the bottom, boiling and flooding the area. The pungent smell of blood filled the Sumeru chamber. Zane Martel slowly extended his foot, soaking the lower half of his body in the pool. Under the activation of the altar's formation, Zane Martel began to absorb the beast blood. His body absorbed the energy rapidly, evolving unconsciously. Within the elixir field, 3 trails of vital meridian began to roll, condensing mid-air and forming a vortex. Boom! 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 Muffled thunder from the sky thunder of the dark domain struck and blended into the vortex. Strong winds, howling thunder, and lightning raged in all directions, fixated on the elixir field. Some time passed and the vortex compressed into a yellow bean-sized object, growing visibly. Its lightning surface spun, dark silver runes appearing, dyeing the essence pill dark silver. Puff! A wave of air emitted from Zane Martel's body, his aura 10 times stronger than before. As he opened his eyes, trails of lightning shot out, his aura as strong as a mountain.
I've finally broken through the intermediate level. This is all worth it, especially after waiting for so long.
His eyes filled with excitement, Zane Martel glanced around, realizing only a 5th of the beast blood was used. He quickly began to strengthen his level. 3 days later, Zane Martel emerged from the Dragon Dog prison. From then on, another martial artist of the Five Spirits sect was born. Zane Martel stood on the outskirts of the outraged Spirits Mountains, excitement filling his chest. The biggest difference between the intermediate level and the foundation level was not strength, but void movement. Zane Martel levitated, manipulating the vital energy within his body. The air around him crackled with energy as he floated, a new sense of power coursing through him. What new challenges awaited him in this vast and dangerous world? The journey ahead was filled with unknown perils, and Zane Martel knew his newfound strength would be tested soon. Would he be able to master his powers and overcome the obstacles ahead? The fate of many rested on his shoulders, and the stakes had never been higher. The adventure had only just begun.